Have you ever done the right thing and still everything went wrong? This Bible story is for anyone who has been waiting on God and wondering if He has forgotten them. This story comes from the book of Genesis, chapters 37 through 41. Joseph was young when God gave him dreams. Not ordinary dreams, dreams that pointed to a future filled with purpose. But instead of that future arriving quickly, Joseph's life began to fall apart. Joseph's own brothers grew jealous of him. One day they took him, stripped him of his robe, and threw him into a pit. A pit has no light, no escape, no explanation. And Joseph had no idea that God was still at work. Joseph was eventually sold into slavery and taken far from his home into Egypt. Everything familiar was gone. Yet even there, Scripture tells us something important. The Lord was with Joseph. Joseph worked faithfully in the house of his master, Potiphar. He didn't become bitter. He didn't give up. And because God was with him, Joseph was trusted. But once again, doing the right thing led to suffering. Joseph was falsely accused and thrown into prison. From a pit to slavery to a prison cell. And still, no explanation from God. Prison is where time slows down. Joseph helped others. He interpreted dreams for two men who worked for Pharaoh. One of them was restored, just as Joseph said. Before the man left, Joseph asked one simple thing: "Remember me." But Scripture says something heartbreaking. The man forgot Joseph. Not for days, not for weeks, for 2 whole years. 2 years of silence, 2 years of waiting, 2 years of trusting God without answers. Then one night, Pharaoh had a dream. No one could understand it, and suddenly, Joseph was remembered. Joseph was pulled out of prison, cleaned up, and brought before Pharaoh. In a moment, God opened the door that years of suffering had prepared Joseph for. Joseph interpreted the dream, and God gave him wisdom to save a nation from famine. Pharaoh placed Joseph in authority over all Egypt. In one day, Joseph went from prisoner to second in command of an entire kingdom. What Joseph didn't know in the pit, God knew from the beginning. The waiting wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Every delay had a purpose. Every silent season was shaping him. Later, Joseph would say words that still echo today. "You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good." Maybe you're in a season that makes no sense. You prayed, you obeyed, you waited, and nothing changed. But this story reminds us of something powerful. God is never late. He is never confused, and He never wastes your waiting. Even when you don't see Him moving, He is working. If you're waiting today, take heart. The same God who was with Joseph is with you, and your story is not finished yet. If this story encouraged you, consider subscribing for more Bible stories like this. And may God meet you in the waiting.